Black Panther Wakanda Forever is now out. With that comes a bunch of brand new LEGO sets. I did not get all of the sets of the wave. Instead, here we have the Black Panther War on the Water set and Shuri's Sunbird. I'm going to record and review both of these together. These are the two sets that feature all of the desirable figures, so I'll only be reviewing these two sets, and I will explain my thoughts on Shuri's Lab and King Namor's Throne Room once we get into those. We'll take a look at Shuri's Sunbird first because it is my least favorite and it is the smallest of the two. Shuri's Sunbird costs $50 in the US, but I think this cost around $80 for us here. I paid, I believe, $60 or so, but I can't be confident on that. The set also includes 355 pieces. Accuracy points, I feel this is a win. It does look like what it's supposed to resemble from the actual movie, but I don't think that the design actually translates all that well. We'll go through it from the front parts, but you can see that there's a nice little cockpit area here with some stud shooters I've not even bothered to fill up. The cockpit part raises here to show Shuri is inside, and I believe if I take her out, there is a little stickered piece there as well. Some cool detailing that go up the spine of the ship here. And you can see these giant twin engines here with that really nice translucent blue piece. Some cool wing designs, and you can see that it's three little pans there. And the back of the ship I really like as well for its nice purple. You can see that these wings are connected by the droid arms, and they're on these Technic Bionicle type of swivels. But that is ultimately it. It's quite skinny on the undercarriage there as well, and all of these can rotate as well. Now the way that the instructions kind of have it is they kind of want you to have it a little bit like this, where all the stuff is really exposed. I really like the idea of having it connected like so, but the way that it kind of flies in the movie is a little bit different. If we were to take all of these off, that is a lot more accurate to how it kind of appears in the movie, but of course, this being on that swivel, that's not going to stand. But when Shuri goes flying around, all of these are frequently rotating up. And there's also another one. There should be one that's here. You can see from clips in the movie that it's a lot more elegant than it is here with this LEGO set. I just think that it's kind of a bit too thick. It's thin here, which is cool, but these parts here just sticking together doesn't really work. I wish that this was a stronger pin connection so that it could stay up like that. It seems to be doing okay now, but likewise for this one here. And again, like I said, it is missing another wing. And I just think this whole area, if you ignore that, it's just so thin and empty, quite barren. This is also naturally, as most LEGO ships go, the ship in the movie is supposed to fit a lot more people in it, and this can only fit one person here. There's nothing that goes on with this whole area there. So it's fine. It's not worth $80 though. Of course, the importance of the set comes down to the minifigures. This is how LEGO was able to convince someone like me to buy this. Technically, because I'm not buying any of the other sets, all four of these are exclusive, but it's these two specifically that are the real exclusive figures. So first up we have Shuri. She has a complete new overhaul design from the previous Shuri figures that we've had in the past. She comes with those same gauntlet pieces that have been introduced with previous Shuris. We'll just get rid of those. I do really like the hairpiece that Shuri has. It's pretty accurate to what she has in the movie. It might just be a little bit too big, but it's a new piece as far as I'm concerned, so I quite like that. Her other sided face is of a smile. I wish that she included more of an angered expression, because she looks more angered throughout the movie rather than happy. I really like a lot of the colors of the purples and the blacks, some gold and silver paints down there on her legs as well, which is really nice, though I don't think this is an accurate costume to what she wears in the movie. She wears a lot more elegant type clothing. She wears a purple jumpsuit throughout most of the movie as well, so I think LEGO probably just took a whole bunch of those and combined them into one. Maybe this was all concept art stuff. Who knows? It's tough to say with Marvel movies these days. Next up is Nakia, who features a new outfit as well, though if you watched our accuracy video, you would know that this outfit is a little inaccurate. It's just a little too dark on those blues there. Those greens are pretty spot on though. She comes with some really cool face paint that looks like tribal warrior paint, and on the back of her face, she has a happier expression with that same face paint. Would have been cool if she had a face print that didn't have the face paint, but that's okay. The biggest inaccuracy here is her hairpiece. She reuses, I believe it's fins here from the Star Wars sets. It's just not accurate to how Nakia looks in these movies now. She has really cool dreadlocks. She's got orange paint at the tips of them at the very end. It would have been nice if they had a new piece like this. Maybe this is what she looked like in concept art. Again, it's Marvel, so who really knows. Ironheart Mark 1 is the other exclusive figure of this set. I think she looks very cool. I really don't like the hair. She looks like a very good comic accurate figure, but if she's to be based on the movie accuracy, then this is a poor translation. This hairpiece is really great, don't get me wrong, but that's not how she appears in the movie. She has cornrows throughout the entirety of the film, so I wish LEGO could have done something like that. Again, maybe it was concept art stuff. Her other expression is of an angered face, like most of these Marvel heroes do. She has this really cool backpack piece. Every time an Iron Man figure comes with extra stuff to build onto their backs, I do really love those figures. She has what I'm assuming to be like some sort of a gun or something, a repulsor blaster thing. Maybe it's a tool that she uses for construction, and then I'm guessing this is like a joystick that she uses to maybe control the rotor engines or something. I'm not too sure. I dig it though, it's really neat. And the final figure here is Atuma. Again, he comes in another set, but I don't plan on getting that, so he is exclusive to me. He's probably one of my favorite figures just because of all of his paints. I love the helmet piece. The helmet looks really weird from certain angles, but when you actually look at it from the proper perspective, yeah, it's like a hammerhead. A closer look at the details of his face. He even comes with a double-sided expression where he's more angry than before, so that's pretty cool. I can't quite recall if these are accurate details of his chest and torso. I think he might wear a lot more in the movie than he actually does here. Most of the movie he wears a water mask over his mouth so that he can breathe when he's outside of the surface. It kind of looks like it's here, but it also could just be like some extra face detailing. Not really sure. I don't think it's made that obvious. But those are the really cool figures for an OK set. And so next up we have the War on the Water set. This retails for $90 American. My god, I paid like 100. It's supposed to be 160, which fuck that. It has 545 pieces. Again, I got this on a pretty great sale. Given that the set is brand new, I was very surprised to see it so low. $60 saving, people. I think it's really cool when Marvel and LEGO can really nail the design of something that is very accurate to how it appears in the movie. So we have a little engine thing over here. You can see from the undercarriage, this is kind of how it's all built out. Very blocky and bulky on this side, and then it kind of thins out with these engines here, which I really like. You can see that there's bit of a gap in between there, so it kind of gives off that design that it goes in dents and that it bevels in. This backside here is like engines, I guess, or something, and then we have these little letterbox things. I put one of the tools in there. There's nothing that can fit in that one there. And we have the main workbench, but we'll get to that. This is how it looks on the other side. Wow, shocking, it's the exact same. The front of it kind of reminds me of like a rhino. I guess it's supposed to look panther-esque, but I do appreciate the yellow up there. I think it makes for a really nice contrast. I added these. You don't add those, but I just don't like having all these stud shooter pieces sitting around. You've all seen stud shooters before, right? You all know how these operate. Moving into the workbench station here, there's a little bit to go over, but not too much. We have not one, but two of these drones that I assume sit on these little plates here. But nowhere in the instructions, as I recall, does it tell you to put those there. It's just interesting that we have a little plate there and a plate there, so I just figured, oh, I'll put the drones there. We have fire hydrants there and some tools at your disposal. More tools, another fire hydrant. We have guns that can be manned by people when, you know, we go on to the War of the Water. There's walkie-talkie there, there's walkie-talkie there. And then here's the little pilot control area. You can see that there is a sticker for Namor once we have zoomed in more. And there's some other stickers there for more controls, and then there's a little control sticker there as well. This part is a jail cell. You can see that it's one of those slope pieces, so you can grab it and open it up, just like so. Inside you can see hair and heads, little spare areas. That is supposed to symbolize a jail cell, I guess, but this doesn't open. This right here is the jail cell. That's just so that you know it's a jail cell. As for the drones, they are pretty basic. They kind of feel like smaller Mysterio drones. They have little stud shooters there, a little robot sticker. It's got like a fin piece here, and it's got these swords, which are supposed to be like the wings. So you can kind of like, you know, have it look like that. Now it's like flying around. You get not one, but you also get them sticking one as well. If you thought the figures of the last set were great, then prepare to have your mind blown. We take a look at Black Panther first. This is the only set that features Black Panther. They have some really nice gold and silver printing there. Nothing on the legs, which is pretty crazy. We've had so many Black Panthers now with nothing on the legs. Same earpiece. Face is not too much new. Again, it's just kind of like a reskinned with some differences. Ultimately looks pretty cool, but kind of just looks like another reprint of a Black Panther. Black Panther does come with a extra head and hair. Spoilers for the movie, by the way, but you probably would have seen it by now, but we do have a Shuri head and hair that can go on Black Panther's body. I believe it's the exact same hair and head from Shuri's Sunbird. That's disappointing. Shuri can't have this hair when she's wearing this mask of Black Panther. This isn't how she has her hair. She has her hair like cornrows. LEGO really just don't want to do a cornrows LEGO piece. I understand, that's fine, but it is disappointing. Thanks anyway. The next figure on the list is Namor, who was one of my most anticipated Marvel minifigures of the year. I really like it, but accuracy points, it's such a letdown. We'll start with the best part here. He does have wings on his ankles, which is an amazing print. I honestly wouldn't have put it past LEGO to not print the wings on his legs. He has his little speedos that actually carry all the way over onto the sides here, which is amazing. Look at that, that's so cool. Really like his chest printing as well. And best of all, he's the right skin tone. Good job, LEGO. They actually represented a Latino quite well. Namor does come with a double-sided face where he's smirking. That's, I guess it's in character for Namor. I don't think it's in character for this movie's Namor. And of course, the elephant in the room is that he has no facial hair at all. I don't know what happened. There's no piercings on his face, there's no facial hair. He has the green on his ears for his earrings, but the green is in the wrong spot, and the other color of his ear is like so off from his actual skin tone. It's a really solid figure, and it looks pretty accurate to the comics, but this does not look anything like Tenoch. Okoye is the next figure on the list. She looks eerily similar to the last Okoye that we had, but her head is different. She does have the absolute vaguest printing that symbolizes that she does have like some tattoos or something. You can see that she has some prints on the back of her head as well. It's kind of hard to make out. Oh, there we go. It looks a lot better right there. It's the same red. It's the Dora. It's the Dora Milaje outfit. She wears something different in the actual in battle, so I'm surprised that she wasn't included with that. Maybe she should have been included with the Sunbird or something else, but that's Okoye. There's nothing really too much to say about her. M'Baku is also an anticipated figure. He was someone that was absent from all of the previous Black Panther Wakanda-esque sets, so it's really cool to have him now. I really like the simplicity of his hair. I think his facial expressions are really solid. I wish he came with Kraven's bird nest piece, and I wish it wasn't just a print, because M'Baku's like a big dude. I just feel like he shouldn't really be the same size scale as those other ones. You can see the monkey pattern there. He doesn't have a double-sided face. It would be almost impossible to give him one. And he has his really cool brick-built weapon that kind of reminds me of some of the brick-built weapons from the Dwarves of the Hobbit line. Really nice ultimately though. Ironheart Mark II is also here. She's pretty neat. Her colors are a little off, I think. I remembered her having blues in the movie, but here it's just lots of blacks and lots of grays. She has the same Iron Man brick-built type stuff. It's different from what the Mark I suit has, which is really nice. Underneath, she has a pretty annoyed expression, and she has a pretty happy, smiley expression. I think these are both different expressions from the Mark I. She also comes with a giant hairpiece of an afro, not accurate to how she actually looks ever in the movie. She never once has a hair like this, so that is disappointing. Again, cornrows, come on LEGO. Maybe someday they'll make the cornrows piece someday in LEGO City, and we can just adopt it onto these figures. That's it ultimately for the Black Panther sets. I really like this one, as kind of weird and janky as it is. I don't really like this one because I think it just doesn't translate very well. I have no plans of buying the Armory or the 4+ Junior set because those figures are actually just retreads of these ones. If you get these two sets together for the combined purchase of like, I don't know, $600 US or something thanks to LEGO, then you get all of the main players from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I think is really great. Given how expensive LEGO has become now, we can't really afford to buy every single LEGO set, so I would suggest getting these ones or trying to find these figures from the Sunbird. I don't know, maybe you can get them cheap, I don't know. Some people tend to really take advantage of buying these crappy sets and selling the figures separately for incredible prices. But thank you very much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps to support the channel. We appreciate it. We'll see you in the next episode.